Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back once again with another review. Today, we're taking a look at Constructbots Dinobots line, Slash and Autobot Hound. It's the same basic packaging. Hound is the Dino Rider, comes in this nice little Ziploc bag type of deal with a little see-through at the bottom, and Slash comes in this smaller Constructbots style box that's just cardboard without the inserts or the clear plastic. It's stuff we've seen before, so let's just move on and get into the review proper, and we'll change it up and we'll start with Dinobot Slash. Alright, here's Slash, and I have to say, I was a little taken back. When I first saw Slash, the pictures on the box, I thought that this was basically just going to be a straight repaint, maybe a slight retool of Grimlock. And it's not. It's all individual pieces. Yes, the transformation, which we'll get to in a minute or two, is very similar, but it really stands out. I love the colorful, the neon yellow, neon green, very bright colors of the frame going with the very bright turquoise. And what I think is absolutely fantastic is the paint wash that goes through his tail here. And that turquoise blue goes in, and you have like the yellow mixing in, so you get this like neon green, very bright neon green. It's just absolutely fantastic. And the head sculpt is very expressive. I mean, the head sculpt on all of these and Constructbots in general have always been very good. Other than that, he has the same articulation as all the other Dinobot Constructbots. Ball joints at the shoulders, ball joints at the elbows, allowing for wide range of movement, ball joints at the hands. And one thing I'm very happy about is that the hands are just very normal and can pose straight. Ball joint at the hips, ball joint at the knees, and ball joints at the ankles. So you do get a full range, wide range of movement and articulation. Now again, I do have to mention that it is a different from the first Constructbots, whereas the frame is ball joints and the armor is all C-clipped on, whereas with the original Constructbots, it was all C-clips to form the frame, and then the armor was 5mm ports and pegs. I mean, you do have some of those 5mm ports, but it's really all just C-clips and pegs and what have you, and that has led to some stressing in other figures. And in fact, as we'll get into dinosaur mode, I have found a big stress mark on the tail here. But other than that, it's a fantastic figure. Let's get into the transformation. Okay, start off the transformation. I've gone ahead and returned Slash to a neutral pose. First, what you want to do is come into the arms, and this is actually something I've been neglecting to mention, but a little tip when transforming these Constructbots and the Dino Riders: grab the joint or the limb above the joint and hold it in place while you rotate. That will help prevent some of the joints popping off. For example, for step here, you want to rotate the fist and fold it in. So I'm grabbing the forearm, and that will hold it. Next, what you want to go ahead and do is actually grab the shoulder and rotate the forearm out, so the the plate is facing out and the fist is facing in. And you want to go ahead and just do that again on this side, just like so. Rotate, rotate, just like that. Next, what you want to do is come on in down here and rotate the feet around. As you can see, I'm grabbing the legs just to hold them in place. Standard step, I think, for most of the kids. And the claws here, the big toes, or big claws, are all on that faux ratcheting C-clip, so you can position them around, keep them down for robot mode, bring them up for dinosaur mode, however you see fit. Next, what you want to do, and this is something I want to point out, bend the figure over here just a little. As you can see, there are these black connector pieces. Well, the instructions are very clear. Well, are clear enough to say that you want them facing in like this, like a J and a backwards J. What they don't make clear is that on one side there is a very slight indent. Well, you want that indent facing forward. I'm trying to see if I can bring it in here. See if I can clean this up a little just so you guys will see it. Right here where my finger is that indent, and it's very important that that's facing forward. When the figure is bent over, it's facing towards the robot head. That indent will actually allow the dinosaur arms to move in dinosaur mode. I actually missed that the first time. I had to disassemble it to get it right. But anyway, since we're here, we're just going to go ahead and bring the dinosaur head forward, and with the neck and torso. And there are two C-clips posts on the back that this is going to clip down into, secure into place, and that'll line it up with the gear and stuff for the motion. Next, what you want to do is bring the figure around, and then just go ahead, bring the arms up and in, and you're going to clip the inside of the forearms to the clips there on the frame. And then finally, finish bringing the legs down more, just like so. And now for the big part. As you can see right here, there is a C-clip post where the tail's going to go. But if you notice, there is this solid piece of plastic. When you go to clip this tail in, there's no wiggle room with the tail. You have to post it in and then pull it out, straight up, straight down. I don't know if I did this just from the strain of the clip or from the or me trying to wiggle it out, but as you can see, I've caused a very bad stress mark right there, and it's actually noticeably loosened up the clip ever so slightly. So just be careful with that, because really the tails here are a big part of the dinosaurs. So it just clips on just like that, and here you have Slash in his dinosaur mode, which is supposed to be a raptor. And in fact, according to paleontologists nowadays, this is pretty much how a raptor looked, I think. The bright colors of the feathers, they weren't leathery lizard skin. It was, so who knows? Now, I did mention the magic motion gimmick, and in such, you just want to come in behind here. There's the gear, and you want to move, just roll it, and his claws, his arms, move up and down, just like that. And as you can see, if you have these black bars on backwards, the arms would not be able to move as freely as they are. In fact, they wouldn't move at all. So yeah, I'm a little worried about the tail, but yeah, so that's Slash in dinosaur mode. I think it looks really cool. You can go ahead and open the mouth just a little. Really nice. Again, that's on a C-clip as well, and I just think it looks really cool. Now, let's move on to what I think is the best dino rider thus far, Hound. Okay, and here's Hound. He's in his armored truck mode, and I just think this is the best vehicle mode we've seen thus far. First of all, the way the weapon integrates with the vehicle mode is fantastic. I mean, again, obviously, it's a unique weapon mode, and that's one thing that really gets me about these Dino Riders. Unique parts, but they all transform the same way, but they each have their own unique look. So yeah, truck does roll very nicely. Has that nice Autobot logo right there. And yeah, there's really nothing more to say about it. I mean, I do freely admit that sometimes these wheels don't roll as nicely, and I think a lot of that has to do with, like, they have this little teeth bits on the inside that kind of interfere with the rolling of the plastic. But hey, it's a $6 toy. What are you going to do? Now, for transformation, you just want to come in and unclip Hound's gun, just like so. There's a bar there, and it's specifically this clip you want to use because you see it'll come in and cover most of that hinge system. But to the side, go ahead, pull off the Autobot logo. And I've noticed with the Autobot and Decepticon logos, if you go ahead and like either pull from like the top or really better from the side, it won't hurt your fingers as much, especially with the Decepticon logo. You want to come in from like the side and stuff. Next, what you want to do is flip up the cab here. It's pagan clipped into the arms. Flip it back. Now, I do also want to mention one mistake I kind of made, and it's really not that shown as well in the instructions. That double C-clip bar, you want to make sure it's on the outermost post here, not that inner one, because it'll work, but then it will look great in robot mode, but it will affect the transformation. So you just want to move that out of the way and go ahead and flip up Hound's head. And what's nice is because this flips up so far, instead of having to break a nail using that thumb notch, you can just go ahead, reach and flip out the head. Keep that somewhat out of the way until you finish transformation. Come around here, separate the feet, and then stand them up. Go ahead, detach the arms, and then close up the back just by, well, you can bring this up ever so slightly, just like that, so it won't interfere with the articulation of the arms. Go ahead, reattach the Autobot logo right there on the chest, and you can then go ahead and insert the gun into Hound's hand. And of course, there's always some form of weapon storage around you can clip it onto, but really, I think Hound looks fantastic. I know a lot of people said this figure should have been called Bulkhead, but no, I think Hound really deserves this. He's a classic figure, not some newbie off the, the kids today. But standard articulation for the Dino Riders. Head can swivel forward and back on that C-clip. Ball-jointed shoulders, no elbows. Ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed knees, ball-jointed ankles. So from the waist up, he's kind of static, but from the waist down, you can get a lot of movement. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. I mean, just moving them around, posing them. I really would be interested in seeing like a cartoon focusing on Constructbots and the way they assemble and the swapping and part swapping and stuff like that. But who knows? So we'll pause here and we'll move on to my final thoughts. Dinobots Slash is probably my second favorite Constructbot kit behind Grimlock. The build was fun. The transformation was relatively painless and fun. And I just love the look with the neon colors and how they blend together. Best part is, unlike some of the other Dino Riders, Hound can actually peg in securely without affecting the motion gimmick. Hound is by far the best Dino Rider I've gotten thus far. And to be honest with you, I don't know if there's any more coming, because Slash is like a Wave 2 kit, and that's all of these Dinobot Dino Riders. This is the last one we've seen, so I'm sure there has to be more coming, and repaints. There's a Target set which we'll be looking at shortly. But yeah, if you see this in stores, definitely pick it up. I got this off Hasbro Toy Shop. Well, Slash I got off of Hasbro Toy Shop. Hound I got off of Amazon. So they haven't been seen in stores yet, but they're on Hasbro. So that's where I got them. And then if you have the money for the shipping and all, definitely pick it up. Like I said, it's a fantastic set, and I really enjoy it. Just be careful with the C-clips, and remember how I showed you to rotate the joints around, and you should have a lot of fun. It's your old pal Chuck, for Slash and Hound. We'll see you next time.